Hello, dear friends. A new report sheds more light on the situation. Opinion piece. Event 2025. Cobra's view. Situation update. It would be spectacular. Islands of light on Earth. October would be interesting. An anomaly blocks the event. Let's start. The contactee Cobra believes that the big event would occur during 2025, although this belief has not been confirmed or denied by the forces of light. But in his opinion, things could start to get more interesting from next September to October, whose focus would be on the clearing of the subquantum anomaly and biochips, but this is a personal opinion because no one knows the day or time. Susan Spooner tells in Exopolitics Today that the event implies, in her view, in terms of a mysterious global transformation, a solar flare, the return of Christ consciousness, a possible separation of humankind, and the creation of a new Earth. The forces of light have communicated that the process of the event could be more disorderly than originally expected. The event itself would include a global financial reset and the release of information about the existence of secret space programs and benevolent races of visitors. This whole process would take about 1 to 2 weeks, during which time the distribution channels for water, food, electricity and internet should remain intact. It is also expected that a part of the humankind would not take the process of the event well, and there would be many dysfunctional behaviors. For this reason, he adds that information about the upcoming polar shift will be gradually released to the population only after the initial period of 1 or 2 weeks, when the distribution chains have largely stabilized. After the event, the Pleiadians would begin to create islands of light on the surface with their technology, and these would be the only truly peaceful areas of the planet, when the rest of society would go through a hectic awakening process. Cobra expects this period to take a few months, and then the galactic superwear will hit the planet. Advance. The forces of light have made a breakthrough on the etheric plane. They were able to destroy the Chimera dark network and the karma lots of the etheric plane with all their technologies, with most of the entities being taken to the galactic central sun, and very few escaping to the physical plane in cloned bodies. Therefore, the only place under dark control now is the physical plane on the surface of this planet. The few remaining dark entities on the etheric plane are in disarray, in flight, and no longer part of the dark network. Since the etheric control grid of the Camelot is gone, humans are no longer compelled to incarnate, and now incarnate primarily on the basis of their conscious or unconscious impulses. The etheric plane will resemble a war zone, as spirit guides are not present, and the clouds of random anomalies still contain dark entities that have not yet cleared. This incarnating human being may or may not pass unharmed from the etheric plane to a relatively lighter astral plane, depending on their level of consciousness and emotional state. The biophysical biochips are in the process of being cleared, and that would still take some time. To reduce the power of these biochips in the human thought process, the forces of light recommend a technique of mental clearing through mindfulness in order to reduce the suffering caused by mental and emotional problems. Anomaly. The subquantum anomaly is also in the process of being eliminated, but it turned out to be a denser and more challenging than expected. This anomaly is the main source of negative experiences and feelings, and the main factor blocking the event, because it still largely cuts off the flow of light from the Buddhic plane to the surface of the planet. The plan of the forces of light is to eliminate this anomaly to the point where darkness can never again manifest anywhere in the universe under any circumstances, and to resolve this problem once and for all. Mainstream science is vaguely aware of the subquantum anomaly to some extent. The trans-Planckian problem is a concept in black hole physics and inflationary cosmology. This problem refers to the appearance of extremely high energy or wavelength modes, which are beyond the Planck scale in theoretical calculations. The Planck scale is an extremely small energy and length scale, at which the laws of traditional physics such as general relativity and quantum mechanics are expected to be invalid and require a theory that has not yet been developed. It is believed that at this scale the fabric or space-time is turbulent and significant quantum fluctuations occur. The problem occurs when attempting to study physical phenomena involving energy or length scales beyond the Planck scale, as in the case of black hole formation and evolution or in inflationary cosmology. Theoretical calculations based on known physical laws may give results that have no clear physical interpretation or seem to lead to contradictory conclusions. Quarantine. There is a lot of information about the subquantum anomaly that is hidden for now and will be released to the public when conditions permit. This anomaly is virtually omnipresent outside of regular space-time and impacts locally as dark consciousness creates a tensor field between the Buddhic and physical planes. In short, there is a very low impact of the anomaly throughout the universe, a low to medium impact within our solar system, and a large impact on the surface of this planet, where many dark entities are still present. On the surface of the planet, the subquantum tensor field is so strong that since the creation of the quarantine 26,000 years ago, it almost completely distorts or even prevents travel through hyperspace on and near the surface. The strength of this tensor field increased many times in 1996 and the following years, because many dark entities arrived on the planet. In fact, it has become so strong that it folded in on itself and formed a closed loop that reinforced the quarantine. UFOs shot down. This tensor field presents serious navigational problems for interstellar craft, as they cannot operate safely in hyperspace near the planet's surface due to the anomaly and are shot down many times if they fly in regular space-time. These downed craft are the subject of a whistleblower's general disclosure that happened a few days ago, just in time for Pluto in Aquarius to make its first push towards disclosure and contact, before it exits Aquarius on 11th June. This already has political implications, as lawmakers call for transparency after a whistleblower alleged that the US recovered an alien spacecraft. The people has a right to know if intelligence has withheld information about crashed UFOs that were recovered by the government and could be used to develop weapons, according to Congressman Scott Perry. Tucker Carlson, in his first Twitter monologue, seen by over 100 million people, has addressed this issue of media censorship of the UFO phenomenon. On the other hand, Betelgeuse, a bright star in the constellation Orion, shows signs that it could go supernova. Breaking news. The World Bank talks of a lost decade due to economic slowdown. According to Lena Petrova, banks are selling discounted mortgages as the commercial property slump looms. Robert Kiyosaki warns of the biggest real estate crash in history. Elon Musk criticizes Ireland's plan to slaughter 200,000 cows for weather change. Elon Musk sees Spain as untapped potential for his business. A new crypto banking system emerges under the shadow of regulatory crackdown. Dollar lifts off 2-week lows ahead of central bank deluge. IMF urges central banks to continue tightening to reduce inflation. ECB to raise rates in June and July to break sticky inflation. Oil rises to end a tumultuous week. Trump is accused of making false statements and hiding documents. Trump announces that he has been charged with 7 federal crimes in the investigation into the use of classified documents. Americas. The economies of Brazil, Mexico and Chile recover and inflation is falling. AMLO wants Mexico's economy to grow by 4%, but there are obstacles. The Colombian government and ELN guerrillas signed a bilateral ceasefire in Havana. Argentina's economic crisis put its middle class in danger of extinction. The IMF continues negotiation with Argentina to reformulate the program. Argentina's opposition will file a criminal complaint over a Chinese port in Tierra del Fuego. And that's all for today. Thanks a lot, dear friends.